I'm now going to do a review of the movie Five Nights at Freddy's. I watched it with Nico and my son this week. Okay, I've got to tell you that I was really confused a lot of the time I was watching that movie because I realize now that Mike and Abby and Vanessa, well, but never mind Vanessa, they weren't in the book and all of the games, so I didn't know what was going on. But anyhow, so I felt confused and sort of lost, to be honest with you. All right. And then I felt bad because, you kept seeing Mike's little brother looking out the back of the car and reliving this horrible kidnapping over and over and over. And Mike was having a really hard time raising Abby. And I didn't realize till after the movie that all these drawings with the big yellow bunny in them was William Afton. So I missed a lot of the clues because I had forgotten a lot of the characters other than Freddy and Chica. But anyway, so I have to admit I was just sort of confused, but that's probably because I'm not as into it as people your age. And then I got really nervous when Mike got the job because I had done virtual reality with Nico, and I had gotten that job and was down there in the basement of this pizza parlor. And let me tell you, with that virtual reality stuff, it's like really virtual reality. And the place looked dirty and horrible, and there were all these screens around, and you just knew that somehow or other, no matter how fast you were and how much you were going to watch those screens, that Fredbear was going to come and kill you. He would just kill you dead. And I gotta say, it makes it really hard to concentrate on the screens when you're anticipating death by a overgrown Chuck E. Cheese monster. So, back to the movie. Okay. So Mike gets the job, and then I at least know where I am, because he's at Fredbear's. I didn't pick up on the job interview that why Mr. Afton, when he looked at Mike's last name, hired him, and it was because he'd killed his brother, and I guess he wanted to keep it all in the family. But anyway, what a creep. What a creepy plot for, I never really understood the guy that wrote this thing, to be honest with you. It's just such a strange concept to have murdered children's, I don't know where their bodies were, but their souls or whatever were slammed inside of these automatrons or whatever you call them. And it's just, well, anyhow, I'll go back to the movie. So, he gets the job. Well, at least now I know what's happening. Okay, here we are at Freddy's. We know it's abandoned for some strange reason. And then all of a sudden he's at work one night, and Vanessa shows up. This pretty woman drives, well, she's a policewoman, like she's out cruising around in her car and like just stops by, I guess, to say hi. And I couldn't figure out what that's all about because, again, I didn't remember that Afton or Crafton had a daughter named Vanessa. But, so that was like, oh boy, this is weird. But what was very interesting when those, somebody, I can't remember who hired those three thugs, or two thugs and a girl thug, to come and wreck the place. And I can't even remember why they were doing it. Oh, who knows? But anyway, that was pretty scary when the, I never say it right. Is it automatrons? Oh, really? Great. The automatrons, their method of killing was really pretty horrible, And I'm wondering if it was Afton that was the guy that seemed to have like this saw. Did he have a saw in front of him? He was just going to come and mince people to death. It was Afton. Got his jollies in a really strange way. Good grief. It's been pretty horrible, Nico. Anyhow, I didn't know what the hell was going on most of the time, to tell you the truth. Excuse me for swearing. But okay, so those guys all got killed, and I was sort of happy because they had no reason to be so mean to Mike. What did he ever do to them? Nothing, nothing. Alrighty. Oh yeah, another funny part was, it was strange. Maybe I am a little weird. When Mike's aunt was there with a little girl, and I guess it was Afton came. She gets up and all of a sudden you just see her head fly into the other room. And I wasn't too upset by that because she really wasn't a very nice character. And, okay. So then we get to the part, I guess, where Mike and Vanessa and, oh yeah, Abby camped out under a blanket or something. And then the little kids were trying to entice her, like come to join them, I guess. But and then it sort of wrapped up at that point, where Afton came with his big yellow bunny outfit and his whatever his chainsaw thing was like, and he stabbed his daughter. He stabbed his daughter, his own daughter. Well, obviously the guy was a psychopath in a rabbit outfit. Well, and then, so then it sort of ends, and I don't know if Mike ever realized that it was Afton that had kidnapped his little brother. Yeah, he did. I think Afton told him. Yeah, and another thing that confused me was, and this may sound strange, but I thought of this. When the movie started, there was the family, and Mike was a little kid, camping, right? And the mom says, oh, watch Garrett. And and then the next thing you know, he's yelling, Garrett, Garrett, Garrett. And Garrett's looking out the back window, and there's a lot of flashbacks to that incident. And I was confused because he had this thing on his ceiling. Mike didn't. I think it said Kansas. It said Kansas on it. And I was sort of wondering if Fredbear's was in Kansas, because I don't know why I got worried about that. But okay, and then the end. I forgot how he killed Ashton. Did he short him out with some kind of electrical device? Well, I was glad to see that. He was a horrible man. I won't say what I really think of him. And then Abby's safe. They go home, and you know that Abby and Mike are going to make it. They're going to make it, even though childcare is very expensive. You should all really get jobs working to try to make that better in our country. And Flash, you're in the ICU unit. And Vanessa's got 1,000 tubes coming in and out of her, and Mike is sitting there talking to her, and you don't know if she's going to make it or not, but if they want to have a sequel, she will make it. So that's it, Bye.